Students Live is a Broadway arts education company that was created in 1998. It was developed and established to create connections for young people all over the world to Broadway, to give them access, opportunity, and an insight into what it takes to put on a Broadway show, to be a Broadway professional, and to engage in understanding the Broadway world. This is a very specific industry. Broadway was developed here in New York with some of the greatest composers and choreographers and performers and producers and directors. And so we, as an education company, felt it was extremely important to connect and work with our Broadway partners to provide opportunities for young people that don't necessarily have those opportunities. They can go to universities, they can study with great faculty, but here on Broadway, there wasn't an educational connection that was in depth and that provided young people this kind of access. And so we started to develop that 14 years ago and have brought over 150,000 young people to Broadway through our programs. It's interesting. A lot of young people today are very interested in the arts and in theater. There's a lot of reality television shows about becoming a star and becoming famous and making it on Broadway or in film or in theater. Our organization helps young people develop a real, deep, comprehensive sense of what it takes to make it, without necessarily having to stay for 2 or 3 or 4 years here in the United States. We compress in 2 weeks or 3 weeks this extensive, intensive experience. And because we are so connected to the Broadway community, the Broadway producers and shows love for us to work with them to develop these exceptional programs. So we are the only organization that provides this kind of insight and education on such a deep level within such a short amount of time here on Broadway. Yes, another purpose of Students Live is to help educate young audiences to come see Broadway shows, but not just as a regular audience. We help an audience of young people understand what the shows are that they're coming to see. So historically, socially, culturally, politically, theatrically, we're able to dive into the themes and issues of each of the shows on Broadway and extract the important information that a school might want to come see. From English to history to social studies to theater to music, all of the teachers and schools that get involved are educating young people about this amazing platform called Broadway. And so our audiences become educated before they even go see the show. And invariably, that creates a return audience, it creates better artists, and it builds audiences for the future, for Broadway and for young people to appreciate this brilliant, brilliant art form. So one of the things that our unique program is recognized for, and by the way, the sister company to Students Live is called Passport to Broadway. We titled it Passport to Broadway because our aim was to bring young people who don't speak a lot of English and who are far away from this opportunity to the United States to learn and have access to this art form. One of the benefits of learning this much music and dance in this short a time is that your English improves tremendously. It's much easier to learn how to speak another language by singing and by dancing, by the physical nature of the work that we do as artists, rather than sit in a classroom and read grammar or how to pronounce words correctly. And so we have been now recognized by some of the top universities in the United States as an adjunct to English as second language learning. It helps the right brain and the left brain connect the important understanding of language and the universal language of music and dance on Broadway. We started we received a call from the producers of Rent in 1998, and they said, oh, you create such exciting workshops. Could you look at our show and create a 2-hour workshop for 1,000 students so that before they come see the show, they come into the theater and they get to do the workshop on stage before they come back to see the show. And so we, since Rent in 1998, partnered with about 50 Broadway shows, including Wicked, Chicago, Sweet Charity, Annie Get Your Gun, Cinderella, Spider-Man, Motown is coming up in the spring. We write interactive elements of a workshop that engages and involves the audience. These people are from 6 years old to 96 years old, and they'll do a workshop with us in the theater before the show and then go see the show that afternoon so that they can, again, understand and appreciate the show that they're going to see in a better, more specific way. The longer program, the Passport to Broadway program, isn't tied in necessarily to any one Broadway show. It is about a longer experience of Broadway training and appreciation, and then the students can go off and see whatever show they may choose to go see. The way to get involved with Students Live and Passport to Broadway is a couple of ways. One is if you're a serious student interested in pursuing theater as a career or your passion, you should contact both your school or your organization or conservatory, or gather other students who are interested together and contact us. We put groups together with various different countries and organizations to come and create a unique program just for that country. So we've worked with Guatemala, China, Brazil, Japan, hopefully Italy, where we have customized a program. Usually it requires a group of students, not just one individual student to contact us. It requires an organized effort from the school or the university or the conservatory, where we partner with that organization to get the students involved. It's a big effort to come here to the United States, and so we need some good partners from universities and schools who appreciate how important this is to supplement the education that they're already getting in Italy. So if you are interested, especially the teachers, especially the arts advocates or serious students, or even beginning students, let me just say, beginning students, intermediate students, and advanced students. We have different levels of programs that are available for all levels and skills from students in Italy. You should contact us directly by looking at our website first, which is www.studentslive.net. Our second website, that is the international program, is www.passporttobroadway.com. You can like us on Facebook, so you follow what we're doing here in New York, and it's Students Live Broadway Education Programs on Facebook. Our Twitter is Students Live BEP. We also have Twitter Passport to BWAY, Passport to B-Way. And then you should also call us here in New York or email us, and we'd be happy to try to organize something. We love Italy. We want to come to Italy, and we want Italian students to come to us to have this exceptional experience. So you can contact us at 212-220-6000, or you can email us at info@studentslive.net.